All right, so I'm gonna walk you through real quick, just what you're gonna want to do in terms of getting the podcast up. So first things first, you want to make sure you download Audacity. It's a program right here from wherever you want to download it from. Once you do that, you're also going to need to download a couple different what do you want to call it? Yeah, add-ons, essentially. This will allow you to it'll allow Audacity to take the MP4, which is the video from YouTube, and rip the audio from it and just import the audio into Audacity to edit. So I'll email you the link from this page that has the links there. So I believe you think you're on a Mac. So external download page, and this will walk you through everything you need to do. So I'll send you this link to download the additional plugins that you're going to need. As far as, okay, we're still good there. As far as for the videos, so go first here. This is our main YouTube page, our channel, where it has all of our videos listed. So to set up the live stream, what you're going to want to do is click the live streaming tab from this menu. Shit, my computer's being slow. All right, let's see if it's going to let me do this right now. Okay, so click events. This will bring you over to this tab, new live event. Okay, so pretty much leave everything the same here. I'll usually throw something in the title here just so, you know, episode 9, episode 8. Next one you do will be episode 10. So I'll just throw this in here just so I know what it is. And then you click go live now. I'm not going to do that because I'm already recording live. Pull back up this. Oh, that's trippy as hell. Okay, so once you get to this screen, this is the, you know, obviously it's going to be your web, your video, your Google Hangout. The little button down on the bottom, it says go live or something along those lines. When you're ready to go, click it. A little window will say, hey, you're about to go live. Is that okay? Click yes. And then you're good to go. So once that's recording, you go talk, do whatever you want to do. When you're all done, hit stop broadcast. Make sure you see a tab there. It'll pop up a little window that says something along the lines of your recording will now be uploaded to YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Just make sure you see that because that's important. So once that's done, you can go back to the Video Manager tab. Now it's going to take, it says it usually takes an hour to 2 for the whole thing to upload. I usually give it till the next day just to be sure. All right, so you have your, what you're going to want to do is you're going to need to download the MP4. So click the little down arrow, download MP4, and hopefully it's not going to take forever. Okay, while that's going, in the meantime, I'm going to show you the Podomatic site. It's really not the most friendly site in the world to use, but it certainly could be worse, I suppose. So, no. Okay. So now we're in here. This is our Podomatic site, which I'm sure you've seen. Manage my podcast. Each time you click something in here, it opens up a new window, which is kind of obnoxious. you're going to go post new episode, which obviously you're not going to be able to do yet because I haven't done any of the editing for it. Pretty self-explanatory once you're here. Add files, so wherever you end up saving the final version of the podcast, you'll just go there, add the file, and then you're going to click Start Upload. That's going to go through. Then it's going to go to the enter title and description. You do that, add an image. For the quality level, just go with the standard. I think it's just whatever the biggest format is. I think it's music or whatever it's automatic already set on. We'll go back through it again. I'm just kind of killing time while this is downloading. So choose your quality level, publish, click publish. Since there is some swearing in it, we got to make sure that we give it the little E tag on it. So after you post it, you can come back in here, go back into edit. I'm just going to go into the one from last time. It's got a whole bunch of things here. Okay, so you want to go to tags. And then you can add tags for if people search somewhere. And then just click it over to explicit. There's this thing. That just means that we swear. That's all. And save and continue. Now it's automatically going to update. Now, since this one wasn't, since I just changed this now, this will now go and we'll update on YouTube. So now YouTube is going to have, it'll have the explicit tag added to it. From here, you can share all that. It's pretty self-explanatory at that point in time. So we're going to go get this back to where it needs to be. Okay. That's the screen we're going to want to come back to. So while that's going, eventually, if it ever finishes downloading, apologies for the slow computer. Wife's doing some furniture shopping. Close. Expensive furniture shopping. She's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to open up Audacity. It's a little difficult at first, but not super crazy to get the hang of. We're using it for really basic stuff, so it's not going to be too bad. Let me just make sure we're still working here. Apologies on the funhouse mirror looking. All right. So now we're in Audacity. It's still going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to import the opening, the audio for it. So import audio. Now I have this saved here. You probably won't have to worry about this, honestly, because I don't know if actually it's probably small enough that I can email you this file so you have it. So I'll try. If not, then don't worry about it. So we're just going to select the file, open. And if you're using a Mac, I'm sure this might look a little bit different for you. But the idea is still going to be the same. So I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. Not that far. Sure, that's about right. Okay. Still downloading. So we got to kill a couple minutes here. This was a little sketchy, to be honest with you, but this is directly linked through the Audacity program's website, so you can kind of trust it. It just was it seemed a little sketchy at first, but like I said, that'll just allow you to import the audio. Without it, you won't be able to do it. All right, almost there. So once you're in here, let's see what's going to be important. Let's just say if you need to do any sort of noise canceling, you'll go into effects and you can do things with noise reduction. It's usually the best way to go. And what that'll do will just, you can tell it kind of select a section of the track that is background noise. It'll, pick up how loud that is, and it'll just essentially cut everything in that range out. You really shouldn't need to do that. I haven't had to do that since we got these mics. So it's really shouldn't be too bad. I think eventually I might want to kind of cut down the volume of the second crowd noise a little bit, but that's not really overly important right now. So we're downloaded. So now what I'm going to do, back to Audacity, import that audio. Oh, hang on. I actually have to put it in this folder first. All right. So file, again, we're going to go to import audio. Again, wherever you downloaded it to, and episode 9. No, that's just what it's doing. You see this FFmpeg, this FFmpeg compatible files. That's right now it's going through and it's just ripping the audio from the video file and pulling it all into here. And then once it's in, then it's pretty simple. Essentially, all you're going to do is line up. We'll usually cut the first few seconds off of the live broadcast because it's just dead air. And then line it up with the intro to just kind of where it fits in and sounds good. Interesting. Why is my ear? That's weird. Shh. No, dude, stop. Stupid cat. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, so what you can do before you go through and really listen to everything, this is the whole podcast here. So if you zoom in a little bit, actually that's too far. Usually I'll go to about here. And what you want to do is just kind of make sure there's no big gaps here. Like this is fine. This is just, a second or two pause where there was nothing, but you want to make sure there isn't anything that's like that big, because that just means something was weird with the recording. So just give it a quick little look over. Yeah, and that all looks pretty good. So back to the beginning. Zoom way in here. So I'm going to cut that out. And that's going to be, just go to edit, delete. Okay. Now I'm going to want to line up the beginning of this with right about here. This is where the music's starting to go down. And it's just, this is about where I usually line it up. So if you want to move the bottom track, this track down here, so I want to move it to right about there. So I'll select the spot where I want to, go up to tracks, align tracks, start to cursor selection start. And that's just going to shift everything over. So once that happens, I'm going to give it a quick listen.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Eurosnob.
Give it a quick check there. Make sure that everything kind of lines up. There, it seems like it worked all right. I'm not, you know, if anything, I'd move it over just a little bit, but I think it's probably fine. So now that that's lined up, I'm not going to go through and listen to all of this now. I'm actually going to post it first, and then, you know, I'll listen to it at some point in time. If there's any issues, I'm sure you'll listen to it too. I don't assume there's any issues. It looked like the audio was all fine, so I'm not super concerned about that. So here, what we're going to do now, once let's just say this is ready, go to File. We want to export the audio. If you just saved it, it's not going to save like as a finished project. It's only going to what you've done so far in Audacity. So it's not going to be your finished product. So you need to make sure you export it. So go export. And I'm going to throw this in this file with everything else. And episode 9. Yeah. Just click OK. Usually all I fill in right there. And let her go. While that's doing that, I'm going to feed my obnoxious ass cats because they're driving me insane. All right. So one of the things that I'm pretty sure we're going to run into an issue with here. Just double check, make sure we're still good. Cool. One of the things that, like I said, we're going to run into an issue with is on Podomatic because we're running low on storage. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to delete our first episode. Have it. I have it stored on my hard drive, so it's not going anywhere. I just need to free up a little bit more space. What this is also, unfortunately, this is going to pull this website off of iTunes as well. We're just kind of going to have to do that for now until we decide what we want to do full time, you know? So I'll have to look into more, you know, some other options in terms of, I suppose you can do it too, but look into other hosting sites. This one's relatively simple, but I'm not sure what it costs to go pro. Let's see. While we're here. So we're looking See, but it only gives us 2 gigabytes. I don't know. We'll have to do some digging around to see what we can find. Yeah, $10 a month or so. We'll look into something. We'll shop around for the best option. I want to find something with more storage. I think SoundCloud might give us unlimited storage once you use their Pro thing. So kind of take a look into it. Think about iTunes, because iTunes doesn't actually store everything. They just use an RSS feed from whatever hosting site that you use. So what I want to do, I'm actually, like I said, I'm going to delete this one, delete this episode. So now it's just going to free up more space. Like I said, if we want to get it, I still have it saved, so it's not going anywhere. Let's see here. I don't think there's really anything else. Now, if you said you're going to record with your buddy, potentially, if he lives nearby and you're recording it from the same place, like I did the one time when Sean was on with me, I went right into Audacity and recorded it right here. So if you're going to do that, you just open up a new project and make sure that it's recording from the right microphone, and you just hit record and you just go right through here. And you don't need to do any sort of live video. Now, if you're trying to connect with somebody, where if you have Rob or somebody on with you, you're not going to be able to just, obviously not going to be there either. So this is just going to take another couple minutes. Let's see. I'm thinking about it. There. So now I'm not going to forget to send that to you. Let's see where we're at. A couple more minutes. It's not going to let me look at anything while I'm doing this. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is really all you have to worry about, because that's the nicest thing about the new mics, because if you remember the first one, I had to do a ton of audio editing on the first one to try and get it sounding even decent. But this shouldn't be too bad. And if we do notice something afterwards, after I post this, 'cause like I said, I'll usually listen through the whole thing before I post it. The nice thing about Audacity is when you're listening through, I believe it's this guy right here. This is your playback speed. So if you want to listen to it like 1.5 speed, just slide that guy over. There's a whole bunch of other things you can do with the program. That's basically the extent of my knowledge on it, though, is just essentially lining this stuff up. So, if for some reason when you record, your volume here is way lower than you want it to be, you can adjust that over here. Just kind of play around with this a little bit until you get it to the volume you want. That shouldn't be a problem. I never really have to do that, so I wouldn't really worry. Okay, now the export is done. Minimize. Go back to Podomatic. We're going to add files. I have it in here. Open. Start upload. Now we need a title. What have we called these in the past here? It's going to try and keep it consistent, so let's go. I hate this website. Just trying to keep the formatting of the title the same. 9. It's going to go with this. Because I can't think of anything better. Give a quick description. This will show up on iTunes as well. That's fine. Let's leave it at that. This should already be here, so I'm just grab the same image that's already there. And then, yeah, just leave it on music. Continue. Ready to go. Publish. No, thanks. Just publish. And there you go. Your episode has been published. So what I'm going to do now, because you can't really edit the tags ahead of time, go back to this here now that we have that up. Spurs sucks. So I'm going to go to edit. Tags. And then again, we can always come back. I'll probably come back and change the title because it's kind of crappy. Hey, look at that. One of my tags is Spurs suck from an earlier episode. Yeah. I'm going to change the tag over to explicit. Save and continue. There's some fancy stuff that I haven't even looked at yet. So, yeah. That is pretty much it. So, again, we can see here we're up against it in terms of the storage limit. So, you're going to have to delete, again, episode 2 when you post the 10th one. And I think that, let me just check my phone, make sure we're good, and then it's all up on iTunes now, but that should pretty much do it. Yep, so we're up on iTunes and we're good to go. So hopefully I covered everything in here for you. I think the biggest thing that you might have an issue with is making sure that you have the right add-ins for Audacity. But if you follow that link in that email, you're eventually able to track it down. I mean, I figured it out on my own through Google, so I'm sure it shouldn't be too bad for you to hunt it down either. And then once you get it in here, it's just a matter of kind of messing around with stuff. If you want to play it from a certain point, for example, just click up on the time bar and it'll jump in and start playing from there. If you want to, like I said, delete part of the track, highlight, and then edit, delete. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of different things that I have not even gotten into. Like I said, the only thing I used was noise reduction, and I haven't used that since I used it in episode 1, and I think I used it one other time trying to kind of cut out some background noise in there. But other than that, that should be pretty good. So let's see here. To Google Hangouts. Now it's going to get all trippy again. Oh. Screen sharing, presenting to everyone. I don't know what the hell's going on. Stop presenting. Stop screen sharing. Hey, look at that. I'm back. Okay, so I think that pretty much does it. I'll shoot you a text when this is all over, and you should just be able to find it right up on right on our YouTube page. So if you have any questions, man, I'll have you, once it's up, I'll let you know, and I'll have you let me know if there's anything before I take off. So best of luck. Hope this works for you.